Hey, Scott, the streets are talking about the crazy market that's going on right now. Have you heard?
Every day, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
I know the media is just out there putting a whole bunch of information out there, but let's kind of set the record straight a little bit with our discussion today. What do you think?
That sounds like a plan.
Whoa, yes, let's get into it. So, welcome to Real Estate Made Simple with Suzette and Scott. Today, we're here to make real estate simple for you. My name is Suzette Loggins. I am a local realtor here in Sacramento. I live here, I work here, I connect community. I also want to make sure that my clients get the white glove service. And really, it's always two things: money and time. So I'm always going to make those work for you.
And hi, I'm Scott Thompson. I'm a lender with Loan Depot, and I help people just like you build wealth through real estate.
So we all know, we've heard the news stories. We know that a catastrophe is not coming. I can assure you that, you guys. But we do know that the National Association of Realtors have reported that over the last 3 months, the number of home sales have went down at least 2.2% and 5.9% since last year. So, but even though the home sales have went down, the median price still has went up. So what are you supposed to do in this market? Scott, do you have any suggestions?
Well, let me make sure I understand what you're saying, Suzette. So, house prices are pretty stable. It
Yes.
just means there's less people purchasing homes than there were a couple months ago.
Yes.
Well, I think it's pretty. I mean, the news does a good job selling the news. The reality is interest rates are higher. And so the purchase power that you had as an individual 6 months ago looks drastically different than it does today. So if you could afford a house 6 months ago, there's a chance a good amount of people can't today. So explaining this is pretty, I mean, it goes in line with the market. But the key thing that I thought was really interesting that you said is that home prices are still very strong.
Yes, they are.
So,
Yeah, and I think, to your point, it comes down to supply and demand. The interest rates are going up, like you're saying. And then we all hear on the news about people are leaving California. That's another thing that I hear about. But you know how many people here are here in California? There's enough people to buy our houses, I think. I really believe. And I do appreciate all the other states, but I love my California. I love my sunny weather.
yeah, every person who decides to leave helps that problem of inventory that we need because buyers want homes to buy. So I agree with you.
Yep. And again, for our sellers, the prices are still going up. We still have appreciation here in California. But yeah, 6 months ago, you could have named your price and you could have gotten it. We have those windows of time where that happens, but it's slowing down a little bit. So what you really need right now, especially as a seller, you need to have a professional such as myself come in and assess what's going on in your house, looking at your condition, looking at what has sold, what's on the market, and really someone that understands how to market your property and put strategies in place for communication, for how to get your as many people looking at your house at one time, building up that excitement about having a nice house on the market. The other thing is that having tactics. How many times has a realtor come to your door and knocked on your door and asked you to come for a wine and cheese private showing for a house in your neighborhood? I don't think that happens that often, but I do that because I find that a lot of times, especially in nice neighborhoods, people want their family members to come in and live in that neighborhood, or they're telling their friends about it. So I want to make sure that when your house goes on the market, that as many people are looking at it as possible. We also know that, houses are staying on the market a lot longer. And okay, don't let me get into the iBuyers, because I'm telling you, it's a house around the corner from me that's been on the market for almost 5 months by, I'm not going to name the company, but with the market kind of shifting, of course, if you need to use one of those instant buyers for a certain situation, then you may have to do that. But why give up 11%? Because when they come in and say that they're going to buy your house and you're not going to have to pay any commission, believe me, there are some fees in there that you're just not aware of. So, I mean, I'm going to get off my soapbox on that one. But on the mortgage side, Scott, what do you see going on?
No, I think people who've been in the market and maybe bid on a house, didn't get the house, bid on another house, the market shifted and changed quite a bit in the last couple months. And so really sitting back down, those folks that got pre-approved in, say, January, February, we're re-looking at all the numbers and essentially getting them reapproved for the market as it is today. And then it's just working with them on figuring out the most appropriate budget for them. And
Come on back, you guys. Come on back. Scott is waiting for you. Hey, Scott, what about, I think a good number now, some people may not agree, but $3,500 a month for a family to live in a nice house, I think that's a good kind of price point as far as a monthly payment. Can we kind of talk about maybe what does that look like for someone?
sure, I think especially in your particular market, like that is a reasonable price point. That in this market, that yeah, 35 a month. Do you have anything we could take a quick look at? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's everyone wants to see the numbers, so let's show that.
thanks, Suzette. It's almost like you were reading my mind. Perfect. So, assuming that a borrower only wants to spend $3,500 in monthly payment, if we go back to the beginning of the year and kind of rates at that period of time, so we're going to use 3.22% as the rate, you would have had a purchase power. That buyer would have had a purchase power of just a little over 800,000.
Wow.
Fast forward to today, and rate of 5.5% on a 30-year fixed. And I'm not going to get into can you get a lower rate, higher rate, just
Yeah.
for the purposes of this conversation, a rate of 5.5%. That same person would have a purchase power of just a little over 600,000. So
Dang, well,
the
that's a
difference,
that's a big difference.
about $190,000 difference
Yeah.
in purchase power. So I mean, it's legitimate what's happened over the last few months, how it's impacted people's ability to purchase homes. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't buyers who can still afford that $800,000 home. There are. There's just less of them, and so kind of the fact that you're seeing less offers on homes is pretty consistent with just the simple fact that interest rates are going higher and people's purchase power is going down. So, did all of that make sense?
You know what? It made perfectly good sense to me.
Perfect. Well, so what should people out there do then in this market?
I definitely believe on the real estate side, if you're looking to buy or even sell, you need to be tied up with a good, experienced realtor that really knows how to navigate the nuances of the market, because there's a lot to understand. And you don't want someone that doesn't understand what's going on out there, because at the end of the day, you need someone that's on your side that's going to get you the best price and do it in the quickest amount of time.
Perfect. I think I know someone really good for
Me too. Me too.
that.
so so remember, real estate made simple with Suzette and Scott. Remember to subscribe, like, hit that notification button. We want to bring some good content to you each and every week. So make sure you comment below.
And if you need to reach us, you can also find our contact information because each and every situation is unique and different. And we want to be there to help you get a home.
Thank you, Scott, for joining me this week. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, bye.